It was an unusually quiet evening for police in Colombia until a terrifying call came through. A girl screaming, "Come quick," and then the line went dead. It was 1950 in Columbia, Missouri. Janett Christman was a lovely 13-year-old girl living in the area with her family. Although she was young, she just seemed much older than her years. She was the eldest of 3 siblings and was just really used to taking the lead and being responsible. She was also super hardworking and was always babysitting for the locals to make extra pocket money. Local families knew she was very responsible, she was very intelligent, so they didn't mind having effectively a child looking after their own children. But one night, everything changed in the most haunting of ways. It was a Saturday night that March, and Janett had planned to babysit for a couple in the area. This was the Ramack family. They had a 3-year-old little son called Gregory, and he was absolutely adorable. That night, the couple were like, "Would you just mind watching Gregory while we pop out to a party?" Turns out Janett was actually saving up some money to buy a nice outfit for an Easter party, so she was like, definitely, like a way to earn more money, absolutely. So she showed up to the family home around 7:30 p.m. The baby was already asleep in bed, so there really wasn't much for her to do apart from chill. But that evening, the police were sat in an unusually quiet department. It was pretty stormy outside, so it seemed like everybody was just tucked up at home. It was 10:35 p.m. when all of a sudden a call made them jump out of their skin. The screams that the officer heard on the other end of the line haunted him for his whole life. A young female voice on the phone screaming, "Come quick," and then the line went dead. I had no idea where the call came from. It wasn't sort of these days where you can easily track somebody's location. They didn't know who the caller was or the address. They pretty much had to just sit back and pray that the person would call again, which she never did. Gregory's parents came home at 1:30 in the morning, which, can I just say, is totally inconsiderate. Like, that's not reasonable in the slightest. When a 13-year-old is babysitting, like, what's the problem for just going out for a couple of hours and making sure you're back before 11 at the very latest? When they peered through the door, they realized something was very, very wrong. All they could see was Janett's bare legs sticking out from behind the sofa. She'd been beaten and strangled to death. But it gets worse. Medical examiners could tell she'd been AR'd. The only saving grace was that little Gregory was okay. But understandably, the whole community was terrified. A mystery paedophile, rapist, and murderer was on the loose in their small town. But it wasn't long before rumours spread about who the culprit was. A guy called Robert Muller was known in the area for being a total creep, like always coming on to ladies, always being so creepy, especially towards young girls. And where was he the night of the murder, you might ask? He was at the same party that the Ramack couple were at, and he mysteriously vanished for a couple of hours during said party. There was definitely motive, means, and opportunity for Robert to have been the killer.